Alright. Where is Maven? Where is Maven? The hard woman who, like, has the entirety of Riften in her pocket.
Well, we had one go missing from the Pond Prawn, and I was
This thing is loud out here. Looks like she's into being Barb? Alright.
You've got the coin, you've come to the right place. Pull up a seat.
She sure is nice to me after I basically extorted her and threatened her family. Ah, jeez. Maven must be... Here we go. Maven. Hey.
So you're the one. You don't look so impressive.
And how about we skip petty comments and small talk and get straight to business? Why did you call for me?
You're a firebrand, aren't you? It's about time Brynjolf sent me someone with business sense. I was beginning to think he was running some sort of beggars guild over there.
If you've lost faith in our organization, why did you call for me in the first place?
Faith? I don't have faith in anyone. All I care about is cause and effect. Did the job get done, and was it done correctly? There's no gray area.
Then we'll get along just fine. This is a cutthroat business, and results equal money. You won't have a problem from me.
I hope not. This is an important job. I have a competitor called Brew Meadery that I want to put out of business. I also want to know how they managed to get the place up and running so quickly.
Will I have to start from scratch on this? Or do you have someone on the inside already?
Head to the Bannered Mare in Whiterun and look for Malus Machius. He'll fill you in on all the details.
Malus Machius. Alright. What about Brew? Who runs the place?
Some layabout named Sabjorn. Been a thorn in my side for the last few years now.
Sounds to me like he's more than friendly competition. He's cutting into your profits, isn't he?
Not a day goes by that I don't regret letting Sabjorn get as far as he did. In only a few short years, he's taken that bile he calls mead to market, and a chunk of my profits with it. I can't imagine where he found the gold to take it to market so quickly.
So overall, the job is fairly simple. Get rid of Sabjorn, Brew Meadery closes down, and Blackbriar Mead is the only drink that you want outside of wine in the entirety of Skyrim. Am I right?
Exactly. With Sabjorn in prison, his meadery will be forced to close. Then I swoop in and take over the place. No more competition.
Very hard business you do, Maven. But why now? If Sabjorn's been such a problem for so long, how come he's been left alone?
The Golden Glow estate job has undoubtedly interrupted the supply of honey I need to make my mead. Sabjorn could use this interruption to his advantage and collect a larger share of the market. I can't have that.
I see. Running headlong into supply and demand. Makes sense now. Don't worry, Maven. This job will be carried out with ample discretion. But before I go, I do have a different question to ask. What caused you to be aligned with the guild in the first place?
The Blackbriar family has always been allied with the guild. Our connections with the Empire and within Skyrim make for a perfect fit. I dare say the guild owes its survival as much to my family as it does to its own people.
Well, I do have to admit, your name does carry quite the weight in this city.
Of course. Nothing gets done without my approval in this city. I have the Jarl's ear and the guards in my pocket. Anyone makes trouble for me and I pay a visit to the Thieves' Guild. Make me angry and I contact the Dark Brotherhood. You do well to remember that the next time you make such a stupid observation.
Well, aren't we, Testy? I get the message, Maven. We're done here. When we speak again, Brew will no longer be a problem.
One more time, in case I wasn't clear. You butcher this job, and you will be sorry.
God, jeez.
Halt! You have no business here, outsider. Leave at once.
What? I just came to save your hide from a frickin' giant, you idiot.
Nothing from outsiders. Yamars will provide for us.
What?
You know we are doomed if we do not do something. Yamars charged me with keeping outsiders away from Largishbur. Would you have me disobey him? You were charged with keeping us inside the walls. Have faith, Ugur. I only wish the best for our tribe. Fine. It's your neck.
Excuse me?
Forgive Ugur's harsh words. She's merely doing as she's been told.
Even if she is, I'm confused. I've never seen an Orc Stronghold in such a sorry state. What's going on here?
Please, our tribe suffers, and we need help. Our chief Yamars was once a strong and proud warrior. Now he is stricken, cursed. He is weak, and so our tribe is weak. The giants sense this and intrude on our territory. Now they assault our very home. Yamars refuses help, but I sense that you may be just what we need.
If you're cursed, what could I possibly do for you?
Yamars has demanded we stay inside the walls. We cannot leave. I must petition Malakath for relief. This curse must be lifted. But I cannot travel to Malakath's shrine. The ritual must be done here, and I do not have the materials I need. I beg of you, can you bring me troll fat and a Daedra heart? I have no wish to depend on a stranger, but I have no choice.
I'll consider helping you. But first, tell me more of your people. How do things work around here?
We have lived in Skyrim since before the Nords came. Our way is simple. All work to make the tribe strong. Only the bravest are allowed to lead and to marry. A great chief is able to attract many wives and raise bold children. Wise women like myself are mothers of chieftains. We guide the tribe and advise our kin on what is most pleasing to Malakath.
Malakath. You've mentioned him more than once. Who is he? Your god?
You do not know of Malakath? He is the keeper of oaths, the master of curses. He is quick to anger and slow to forgive. One who wrongs Malakath is one who will endure great torment in return. He demands loyalty and strength from his orcs. We have tried to please him, but he is now angry with us, and so we suffer.
I see. Malakath is one of the Daedric lords. I can never keep track of them all. That being the case, I shall help you. You're in luck. As an adventurer, I find myself in possession of many rare ingredients, including, in this case, a Daedra heart and troll fat. Here, for the glory of Malakath.
Excellent. Now, you must come with me. You become a part of this. You must be present for the ritual. It is time, Yamars.
You bring an outsider here, and now insist I call on Malakath for help, when he has clearly forsaken me. You try my patience, A-Dub.
Doing nothing will not grant our tribe relief from this curse. We must try.
Fine. Let's get this over with.
My oh my. The friction between those two. No, I don't think I've ever been inside of a longhouse before. Not as sophisticated as I thought. Ooh. Well, they just left. I don't think whoever has stuff in here is gonna need it. 40 gold. Well, that wasn't worth the lockpicks I spent on the stupid thing. Criminy. Alright, let's do this, let's do this ritual.
Our tribe has survived
Great
this long
Malakath,
without you
we
interfering.
beseech you,
We'll be
aid
fine.
us in our time of need.
Why are we bothering with this?
You pathetic weakling!
Ooh.
What's that?
Malakath has heard my pleas. He speaks to us.
You dare summon me, Yamars?
What? What is this?
You don't deserve to call yourself an orc. You're weak, you're small, and you're an embarrassment. You let giants, overrun my shrine. Bring me their leader's club as an offering, and I might release you from this curse.
So it will be. Malakath has spoken, Yamars. Your path is clear.
Very well. You, outsider, come here. I want a word. This is all your fault, you know. I'm stuck fighting a giant now, thanks to you. So you're going to help me. You're going with me, and you're going to make sure I don't have any trouble reaching that giant. Don't worry, I'll make it worth your while.
Chief Yamars, fighting a giant is not my job. Malakath spoke directly to you. We all heard it. This is your task to perform.
Thanks to you, I've just been issued a challenge in front of my whole tribe by a Daedric prince, no less. I can't ignore that. I didn't say I wouldn't fight the giant. I just said you're going to help me get to it. Meet me outside Fallowstone Cave. You clear the way to the giant for me, and I'll make sure you get paid for it.
Talk about demanding. Alright, stupid Yamars. This should be the place. Here we go, Fallowstone Cave. And what do you know? Yamars, I'm amazed you didn't get killed on the way.
If there's a chance this'll save me, then I'm taking it. Let's just get this over with.
Before we go into that cave, I want to know how long this has been going on. How long have you been cursed?
Weeks? Longer. Feels like an age has gone by. I haven't slept in so long.
Great. I hope you can handle what's in there. I better not have to do all of your heavy lifting.
Oh, of course. Because Malakath would take pity on us if only a useless outsider would lend us a hand.
You're quite a piece of work, you know that? Let's get going.
Let's get this over with.
Exactly.
Let's just get this over with.
Oh, shut up, Yamars. Ooh, there's some weird saturation going on in this cave. Oh, this place is big. Oh, great. There are bodies right off the bat. That's a good sign. I mean, I'm doing this quest for fairly obvious reasons. If you know what this quest is, if you know what the reward is at the end, it should be fairly obvious why I'm doing it. That and the fact that, you know, I gotta do the quest for all of the Daedric Lords. It's not a proper Elder Scrolls game if, like, you're not a proper hero, you know? And I think, actually, now that I think about it, I've always thought about these games, about, like, oh, geez, you know, it's so easy to just walk into a cave and just kill something, and it's like, why didn't you just, you know, choose these perks or whatever, you know? Why is it that the NPCs are so weak? And it wasn't until I spent some time thinking about that for myself that I was like, oh, man, it's because you're the hero. Like, nobody, there's very, very few people out there who can do what you do. You're incredibly unique in that regard, right? So, I mean, it's something that I never really considered until I gave it some good hard thought. Just the fact that, yeah, you can solve a lot of people's problems because you are unique. And no, you can't manipulate the world. That and the fact that you're seeing things from the perspective of the player. That's one of the things that I've always, like, well, not really always, but I gave some thought to. It's like, you know what makes you special? You know if the Guardian Stones or something are giving you a blessing because you have a menu that gives you actual hard information readout, you know? I mean, the best way for me to make a comparison there would be like, you know, whenever it comes to real-world religion, you are not given some strange menu that you can bring up that says God gave you, you know, like a +10 to fortune or something. It just doesn't exist, you know? So, and, you know, for that matter, as far as, like, you know, religion and gods go, there's huge amounts of debate in the real world about all of that stuff, about, you know, which gods or whether or not there is. You know, I'm not trying to put my opinion out there on it. It's just like, things are a lot more difficult to read in the real world in regards to, like, oh, well, I mean, steroids, they up your strength, but they're not as immediate of an effect as, like, a strength potion in a game or something. You know what I mean? And it was whenever I kind of made that connection in my own mind that it was like, oh, okay, yeah, that's why the characters in the game can't seem to solve their own problems. It's because you, first off, you're the hero, and second of all, not only are you the hero, but you're also a player. Like, you exist outside of the game, and thus you understand the mechanics way better, right? Because, like, you can meta your way through it. You can see hard information readouts where, you know, the people who live in the world, they don't see that stuff or something, you know? Or at least that's the way that I've, like, justified it within my own mind. The amount of time I've spent thinking about inane, pointless things like this is impressive. Impressive or pathetic. Like, it depends on your perspective, I suppose. I gotta say, I'm lucky so far that the giants haven't tried to smash my face in yet. Man, look at you, Yamars. So capable. You're really carving a bloody path through everything. He hasn't even lifted his... Like, he's had that axe out the whole time and he never uses this stupid thing. You suck, Yamars, you suck. What? I'm doing all the hard work for you. Exactly what I said right out of the entrance, too. I hope that you can carry your own weight. I don't want to be doing all the lifting for you. Lo and behold, look at what I'm doing. I've done pretty much all of the heavy lifting. Yamar's, like, this is the first time that he's done anything with these bears, and even then, it's only because he was bottlenecked into it. Useless, cowardly orc. I'm taking Malakath's word over yours, Yamar's. Oh. Oh. Okay, so... I thought we were gonna stay in the cave. Ooh. Hello there. Yeah, we must be on the right path. We keep... Oh, yeah, sure enough, we are. Giant's Grove. There's blood all over the place. That's a good sign that, like, anybody who's come here has, you know, been ripped to shreds. So, the giant must not be far.
All right. I'll go kill this giant. Unless, of course, you'd like to make some extra gold.
Yamars, do not try to shirk your duties. This is a task set to you by Malakath himself, and trying to offload it onto anyone else is dishonorable. Besides, I already have plenty of gold.
Fine. Then wait here. This should only take a second.
Indeed, it'll only take a second. I'm certain of that. I better get ready. Let's see how well he does. Oh, that's one big giant. Great. Alright, well, now he's coming for me. I better do something about this. Far be it for me to not capture a giant's soul. Come on, giant, down you go.
Yamars was a fool, always trying to scheme his way out of responsibility. Well, the giants took care of him, and you took care of the giants. 2 problems solved at once. Now, take Shagrel's hammer back to Largishburg, and we'll see about whipping the rest of them into shape.
Great. I guess I'll go ahead and clean this place up, and I'll head back to Largishburg then. Stupid frickin' assassins. They just never leave me alone, and for that matter, I never understand why the heck they're after me. Like, I haven't really stolen from anybody. Well, I say I really haven't. I suppose maybe someone is after me because I stole stuff from the Longhouse there. Admittedly, this is the least amount of, like... I think I've only seen an assassin twice, maybe 3 times in this entire playthrough. I think this is the least number of times that I've had an assassin come after me, and I basically have completely stayed away from stealing stuff, so... I get the feeling that that probably has a lot to do with why not stealing stuff equals no assassins, I guess.
The ways of the mystic are known to me. I have remedies and cures, should you need them. It is good to finally know that Malakath has not forsaken us.
Indeed he hasn't. In fact, it's probably apt to say that he sent the most appropriate person to help. And on that note, I have done the bidding of Malakath. I have returned with Shagrel's hammer.
But what of Yamars? I see. He did not survive. He died well?
You could say that he fought bravely, but his arm was far weaker than it needed to be.
Ah, that is good to hear then.
Yamars was a coward and a weakling. His deceitful ways have cost you all greatly.
So he has been punished. And what of us? What fate shall we suffer?
You'll have to prove yourselves, but I'm willing to give you a chance. Gullerzo's in charge now. Let's hope he's a better chief. You place that hammer on the shrine. You're the only one who's proven worthy in all of this.
Oh, burn to the tribe. Ooh. Alright, finally.
What are you doing that for?
Volendrung. Alright, so there's a reason I've been avoiding this weapon. So, look here, Daedric Hammer, 117, 4,000 gold is what it's worth. Volendrung, 109, and it's only worth 18,000. A little bit over 18,000, but I mean, this is a really kick-ass looking weapon. It's just a shame that it's weaker than a Daedric Hammer. That being said, you know, I'm fine with moving on, even though it's not as powerful. Although, then again, I don't know what the swing speed of this thing is, so it might actually swing faster than the Daedric Hammer. I'd have to actually look up the stats, you know, like the raw stats that are hidden deep within the game to figure out whether or not Volendrung swings faster. It might, for all I know. I don't think it does. If I'm not mistaken, the long hammer is the fastest swinging hammer in the game, but whatever. Now off to the throat of the world.